let's start talking a little bit about serial numbers, even though this video is still not the serial number video. Ravensburger have been challenging me and my ability to write some software by actually doing two things. The first one is, in the past, Ravensburger used to do reusing of numbers. So you'll see actually a bunch of numbers that have two different images. It's mostly like 10 years apart. And if you go to my 2000 list, you'll see a lot of them that are actually like having the same number, just several years apart. The most I've seen is 3 different puzzles actually that have the same number in 500s. But overall, the reason was they didn't need the number anymore. They reused it. But I want to show everything on my website, so I actually need to go and fix it and find a way to really be able to show how different puzzles are actually represented, even though the same number is used for both of them. Now, lately, Ravensburger has changed to a small box, which I'm sure you know, and it also changed the whole numbering system that it had pretty significantly. But really, the hardest thing that it did actually is to recreate puzzles that actually exist and give them a new number. So now, instead of having different numbers, the same number for different puzzles, now I have this same puzzle which actually has 2 different numbers, and I needed to find a way to show it on my website. So good news is I succeeded to do all of this. So if you go to my website, you can now see all the new numbers that I found so far. I'm going to continue and enhance it, but if you see a puzzle with a new number or the old number, it all should be there, and there are 2 serial numbers next to the puzzle. In addition to that, if there is an old puzzle with like 2 puzzles with the same number, of course you can see that too. And now you can also click in my website on a puzzle and then see the photo much closer. So some stuff that I've done lately, and hopefully you like it. With that, I'll start the video because we have a lot of especially very rare Disney to cover today. And so I would love to show you all of the beautiful, amazing Disney that we have, and we can continue from there. Today we're going to see a lot of Disney puzzles. Actually very rare, very hard to get, very crazy Disney puzzles. We will enjoy a ton of stuff that I've done in the second half of June, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the first puzzle we're going to go to is some of the Canadian collection. This one is called Canadian City Lights. It's from the Canadian collection, new box, so it says Canadian collection in a different way than it used to do before. And the artist is Katerina Marikatas, a Martikas from 2024. This is a very difficult puzzle. You might be able to see here like all the different kind of snow. It's a painting, so of course it's much more difficult. And in addition to that, the colors are kind of like everywhere. It's very hard to see. Probably one of the hardest Canadians that I've done lately. Beautiful image though, and I was very, very happy that I could finish it before the end of June, because that was slightly challenging, but I did that. And so if you like the Canadian collection, I'm actually doing a bunch of them, so I'm going to do a video about the Canadian collection at some point soon. And please pay attention, there is Canadian collection and there is Canadian artist collection, and those are 2 different collections actually. So the next one we're going to look at is something that I'm going to do a video very soon on. It's called Nature Edition, and this is King of the Lions Nature Edition number 14 by Mark Rasmus from 2018. And you see that it says number 14, and actually Ravensburger had encountered the number of nature editions up to 23. Now they continue to do this, but without actually counting anymore, which is of course making it much harder to know how many there are in this. This one is a very hard to get one, and I've done it because somebody asked me about it, and I'm actually shipping it to her to Australia. It's a beautiful puzzle. It's not super difficult. I'll probably attach the video here so you can see I did the white first and all of this part. The hardest part is like basically like this bush, but it wasn't too hard either because there are some places that are in focus and some that are not, so it really wasn't too bad. One that, if you watch my previous video, it's kind of like reminding that this one is called Domestic Diva. It's by Eureka Lake. I don't know the year because it doesn't say. Unfortunately, mine is missing a piece. I was very sad about it because it was very expensive. And it was fun. It is actually kind of funny to see how stuff was sold to women in the past because it's all ads that are related to stuff that was coming to women. And there is also some kind of background here at the back. Might be slightly funny to look at. I still hope I'm going to find the piece at some point, so I'm looking for it. But overall, it's a used puzzle, so of course it's much more reasonable that it will be missing a piece, unfortunately. It's the same people that did Rocky Hill Retro, and so I loved that one previous time. I don't think I'm actually going to pick this one for my favorite this time, but it is really just because I have way too many nice things this time. Well, maybe that will be my favorite. Very good question. This is Charles Bell Flipper, and it's by Charles Bell from 1996. Beautiful, colorful, super fun puzzle. I have to say that I wish I had more puzzles like that. I didn't even know this is going to be so much fun. It might be my favorite, I have to say. And I was so happy to see when I opened it that it wasn't actually a used puzzle, even though I thought it was. It was like, bag was actually sealed. It just, the outside was like unwrapped. So this was really fun and probably my favorite. I don't know yet. Ship World, if you know these ones, it's this one is called When We're Together, Everything Else is Irrelevant, from 2008. And Ship World is, I've done a video on them, very cute series, very German series. This one is difficult because you can see that there is lots of white and there is just a little bit of color, and that's also not very easy, but it was actually really fun, and I love Ship World, so I will continue doing them even when they're not easy. Okay, very interesting things. This one is from collection that's called Collection Exclusive. And basically this puzzle is a puzzle that's called Little Party Tigers, and it's by Keith Kimberlin from 1997. Keith Kimberlin is an artist photographer that works for Ravensburger, has a lot of puzzles, especially dogs and cats. Some stuff maybe is another animal, but that's for the most part. And Exclusive Collection actually has very shiny stuff in it. So again, like, there is an actual gold and actual silver on the pieces. It's actually not difficult. I mean, I thought it might be, but it wasn't actually difficult. It was actually delightful. And I was so happy to do this one. I did borrow it from my friend Jennifer, so I want to actually just mention that I don't have the whole Exclusive Collection. I have a pretty nice representation of that, but I don't have all of it because some of it are old and very hard to find, apparently. But this is really nice, and if you like shiny or unusual things, you really want to check the Exclusive Collection. And now, not Exclusive Collection, one more villainess that is a Disney villainess from 2020, Dr. Facilier. I've done this because it's in the catalog, and I'm actually doing all the 2024 catalog. A lot of those that I've done like now are not from the catalog, but this one is. Actually, the first Canadian that I've done is also from the catalog, so that's the reason I've done that one. But it's the only one so far from the catalog, so just that you know. And it's going to be the only one from the catalog, at least as far as I can tell right now. So this was okay. I mean, they're very similar, so I mean, it's not very unique to do them. But I have to finish them, and I don't have a lot left. Okay, one more very fun, unique So this one, T for Two, I did for Clark Kent. He asked me to do this one, and I have done it. It's from 2013 by CBG. I think I told you Me to You series has 7 puzzles. I've not done all the 1,000 piece puzzles. I have all of them, but I've not done all of them. This is the most delightful one. It does have the most colors, and so it's very easy to do the fire or like this, you know, pink here and stuff like that. So it was kind of easy. The hardest part, of course, are the bears, but it's not really too bad. So I guess I really, really enjoyed this one. I'll still not put it as my favorite just because Flipper is a lot nicer. And as I said, I have like too many favorite options here, so I might actually not end up even having a favorite. Crazy Beautiful Puzzle. Very rare. A Canadian collection puzzle again. This is called Colorful Canada, and it is by Louise Jessup from 2015. I got it from Ted. I have to say, Ted is amazing. How he finds amazing things and lets me do them. So thank you, Ted, again. And yeah, I have not seen that puzzle before or after Ted allowed me to do it. It's going to places, so if you are interested, you might actually want to say that to Ted. It was easy. Like, of course, this was very easy, but actually there is a pretty good gradient at the back, so it's really not as difficult as it might look, which is probably good to know, because sometimes, as I said, when we think that the puzzle is going to be really difficult, but it's really easy, or the opposite. So this one is, I expected the blue to be difficult, and it wasn't, and it was really fun. And then here is a puzzle that I got from Cindy, and that is called Fashion Week in Gaul, Asterix, 1992. Asterix goes very, very high prices because it's very hard to get in the US, and it's actually very hard to get even in Europe, and that's actually like a very unique puzzle. I've done this one, I need to give it back to Cindy. I have another one that I need to show you from Cindy, and she has one of my very rare Asterix puzzles for now, so we have done some exchange. Let's do each other a puzzle. Thank you, Cindy. And then, oh, this one is amazing. You have to see that one. It's called Back in Town. It's Starline, Eureka Lake, 1996. It glows in the dark very nicely. The puzzle is super fun. The dark parts are hard, but the car part is easy. The pink is not too bad. It's just the dark parts around are kind of hard, and I mean, that's okay based on the fact that in the end you get such a delightful thing. I've done this one because somebody asked me about it, and I need to tell them that I'm finished with it. And it is really nice, and I'll show you how it glows in the dark because it's beautiful. And since I kind of like glow in the dark, 2 things I want to tell you. One is you can see that there is 2 glow in the dark puzzles. Both of them are this is Starline, this is Color Starline. The main thing is like the size of the box is extremely different, and basically that's part of it is because this is from 1996 and this is from 2004. I don't know why they decided to make the box so much larger, but I have quite a few. I have like 3 different shelves with this large boxes, so I have at least like 30 of those large boxes. If you click on Color Starline in my website, you'll be able to actually see that. So it glows in the dark in some colors. I wasn't actually super crazy happy about the way this one is glowing in the dark. It's called Fairs in the Moonlight. It's Color Starline. It's by Gary Walton from MGL. MGL is a very interesting company, licensing company, and I thought originally that it just one person called Michael John doing all the art, but they represent some different artists and then actually kind of like do the deal with Ravensburger for them. So this one is from 2004, as I said. It glows in the dark. Gary Walton, you might know him more from puzzles that look like a store, front of a store. Like that's kind of like a lot of what he's doing in a lot of cases. So overall, I mean, I enjoyed the puzzle. The trees are difficult. The purple is not too difficult, but it glows in the dark slightly, not as nice as I wanted it to, but I guess it's okay. And then last 1000 for today is a very rare puzzle. It's called The Man Cave, and it's from My Haven. It's number 2, Steve Reed, 2016. Very, very rare, very, very hard to get puzzle. Very nice, even though I have to say that I had some questions about this thing, because you can see here the Man Cave has letters with a ribbon on them and a bunch of stuff that just didn't look extremely reasonable for a man cave. But I guess maybe I have not seen enough man caves, so I would love to actually have your opinion about the art. Of course, the art is always nice with Steve Reed, and again, this is probably the hardest one to get today. There is also the pottery shed that's very hard to get, but this one might be actually like even harder to get. So I was super happy that I've done it. And now it will be a pretty good time to start talking about 500s. So we shall start with this new one, because we go by serial number, by the way, if you kind of ask yourself. So this is called Spy X Family Season 1. It is going to be released only in July. Actually, it's being released now, but like I got it before. I borrowed it from Laura, and a bunch of the beautiful stuff you're going to see right now is stuff that I borrowed from Laura, which is a collector of a lot of Disney and fun cartoon stuff, and really overall amazing things. So there is another 1000 piece puzzle that is coming to me very soon from Germany, but this is kind of a quick peek into the new Germany puzzles that are coming and are starting to be released right now. There is a batch in July and a batch in September. Okay, the next one, very rare puzzle. This is called a Bike Excursion, right? Of course, it's SpongeBob by Viacom from 2010. Super fun puzzle, super hard to get puzzle. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There is a few SpongeBob, let me tell you exactly how many, because I had all the rest, which was fun. So there is 1, 2, 3, 500s and 1 300. So if you're looking for SpongeBob, that one is going to be the hardest to get. Now, we're going to see one Hercules and then we're going to see another one, but this one is called Hercules Signing Autographs. Of course, it's from Disney, 1998. You can see how he signs autograph on those stones that people actually give him. Super nice puzzle. Again, super hard to get. There are a few Hercules puzzles. Some of them are slightly easier to get, but all of them are not very common. And then the next one that we have is this one, which is called Fagging Innocence by Looney Tunes, WB, 2002. Very, very hard to get puzzle. Beautiful puzzle. Again, Looney Tunes have a few, all of them are very hard to get. One shows the Sylvester on the windowsill, and one shows Sylvester with a very difficult background to do, and actually like they are very, very hard to get. And then here we have an artist called Alex, and if you don't know Alex has this elephant, cat, and mouse, and he has a few puzzles that I really, really need to show you. Actually, originally I thought that his name was Alex Verkerker, but that is just absolutely just LTD in German, so his name is just Alex and that's it. And so this elephant, cat, and mouse are doing their comeback in a lot of places. Sometimes they play the piano in a bar, and sometimes they're in the shower, and sometimes they're in the jail, and they're always very, very cute. So I didn't have this one, and I got it from Laura, and again, Laura is absolutely outstanding. And so the next one is not that interesting, I guess, but I like it. It's called Fishing Boats at Polperra by Clive Madgwick, and it's from 2004, and I got it from the UK because those are only like existing in the UK. UK has a lot of puzzles with pictures of places in the UK. So I really enjoyed it, but this is not a Disney one, and I did promise you lots of Disney and cartoons ones, so they keep coming just right now. So here's the next one, Kimi Doll Love. It's the Kimi Doll collection by the Air Group from 2014. This is probably the hardest one to get. I have done a few, and we're going to show you another one in just a few minutes in the 300s. But they're all hard to find, unfortunately, and they're all very, very cute. So if you like that kind of puzzles, you're in trouble because it's going to take you a bunch of effort to get them. And then we talked about the Asterix already, so let's talk about it again. This one is Asterix and the Vikings. Of course, it's from the Asterix series. The creator is Asterix from 2006. This is again hard to get from Europe, from Laura. Beautiful puzzle, and that is not very easy, but I mean, it's doable, and that's good enough. And you should look at my collection of Asterix, because I have some beautiful stuff, and very, very rare stuff, and very, very expensive stuff, unfortunately. And I have one more coming, so we'll see how that goes. And then another very fun one, which is not very easy, but actually still fun, is this one. It's called At the Soccer Match by Gerald Como from 2018. I love Gerald Como. I think he's very, very talented. He has a lot of different, very beautiful puzzles that are very hard to get. This one is one of them, and I really, really enjoyed that one. It is funny if you look at it. It's not very, very easy, but it's not very, very difficult. And of course, as you know, I done it because I needed to finish with my shelf. And so that was the nicest one on the shelf at the point of time that I've done that. And now I'm doing mainly black and white stuff. So I guess that is really nice. Then after that, we have one that's called Hot Air Hero by Michael Fischel from 2018. I've done this puzzle in the past. I've done it the second time, and it was delightful. And so I was very, very happy to do it again and really enjoyed everything about it. I have done a video about like hot air balloons, but apparently I did all of it in slow motion somehow because I did not know that I'm like clicking on something that wasn't a video. So I need to do the whole video again, and I will do it, but it is kind of funny to see me explaining in slow motion on hot air balloons, and the fact that I just like didn't pay attention to it until like very much later. Okay, last 500 for today is this one. It's called Summertime Fun. It's the Smurfs from 1984. Since we talked a little bit about serial numbers, I do want to tell you that this has an interesting serial number which starts with 625 and actually like is a very long one because this one is from 1984, and then Ravensburger used like much longer numbers. They also use much longer numbers today, starting with the 12000 or 001, but yeah, at the time they started, it was 625. And I don't have a lot of them, but this one I borrowed from Laura because it's beautiful and delightful and amazing. And we'll finish with actually the last 500. It's this one. It's called A Little Boy's Dream by Ken Zilla. And it's, I don't know what year it's from because it doesn't actually say, which is interesting. Yeah, it really doesn't say. And it is a US cut, so basically it is random cut. And it was kind of fun. It wasn't very random, I have to say. And it's missing one piece, unfortunately. But, you know, I need my collection to be complete. So I had to do it. Okay, we go to 300 now. So, Laura again, Hercules again. Flight Over Thebes, Disney, 1998. Very hard to get Hercules puzzle. We talked about Hercules before. I want to recommend that you check the ones that I had. I also had in Hercules a puzzle that I sold a while ago that is basically like one that is called Happy Ending for Meg. And yeah, as I said, this is like very, very nice puzzle. There are 4 total Hercules puzzles with Ravensburger, and all of them are very hard to get. So I don't know if you can get it. It's very hard to get stuff from 1998 that existed only in Europe to start with. But yes. Even worse, harder to get. It's Snowing, Winnie the Pooh, Disney from 2006. Very, very hard to get puzzle. This is a very expensive puzzle. This is Laura's puzzle. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot say thank you enough. When I got Laura's box, it felt like it was either Christmas or my birthday. And I don't know which one is more because the box was more than both of them for me. So, of course, I had to do all of them immediately because they were amazing. And then that is one that is funny. This is called Happy Animal Bodies by Howard Robinson from the Selfie series from 2007. This is the third time I'm doing this puzzle. I've done it a second time. Like the first time I've done it in October 2019. I got a really bad picture in a California hotel. And then the second time I've done it like a month ago. And then I got it better. I did it in New York. And then I got another copy of it that didn't have a chewed piece, which was much nicer than the original puzzle that I had. And then I did it again, and my daughter was joining me actually on doing this, so that was really fun, and I would love to do that more. But I don't know if my partner would want to do it more. And I will tell you about one that I sold. It's called Chocolate Overload by Michael Searle from 2013. This is a puzzle which is absolutely amazing, and it is showing chocolate and chocolate dipped fruit. And I've done that puzzle once upon a time in, and I think that was like September 2022 or something. And then I've done it again and sold it on Mercari to somebody. And they wanted this one, so actually, I just wanted to do it a second time before I'm sending it away. So it was a delightful puzzle, and I highly recommend. Very hard to get again. And then we have this one, which is another 625 puzzle. It's the Fraggles Musicians from Hanson Associations from 1984. And so the number, as usual, is actually the number is always based somewhat on the serial number here. So what Ravensburger did then, they just started using 623 the way that they have that here, and then just added a few numbers on the end here. But what they do today is also based on the serial number, and what they did actually in the years between the 1990s and now was also based on the number. So they just use the second half of the number most of the time, and now they're just adding some stuff to the number, which I have to find out exactly what they're adding there. There are more puzzles with the Fraggles. I don't have all of them. This one I got for Laura, but it is specifically a puzzle that is one out of maybe 3 or 4 that exist. I know it is about another one. And we go back to Kimidol and to Cindy. So that's Sumi Kimidol, the aired group. I don't know the year because it doesn't say. Why don't you say the year thingy? I don't know. So there are a few of them, maybe 3 of them, which I don't have because I didn't used to buy anyway, small boxes. So I've done this one, bought it from Cindy. Thank you, Cindy. It was very nice, very delightful. I'm happy to get my list of my website to be more accurate. Okay, now we're gonna go to a really small piece count basically, but we're gonna do it as quickly as possible. So Laura, a special find, DuckTales Disney 1991. Very cute. And sorry, that's not the right one. That is called Stroke of Luck, and this one is called a special find. Both of them are from 1991. Both of them are DuckTales. Both of them are 100 pieces, which normally I'm not doing, but Laura convinced me that DuckTales are really worth doing in every piece count. So I've done them, and I'm gonna ship them back to Laura. One that I don't have anymore, it's called The Frozen Difference. It's a puzzle, of course, by Disney and from 2014. And the puzzle is different than the box, and there are 7 differences that they want the kids to find. They add a page inside that actually shows the differences and marks them. and I think that's very cute. I don't have it anymore, but I have to say that it's actually like really nice. Another one that I don't have is called Beautiful Ocean by Mark Gregory from 2012. That was missing a piece, and it's still a very, very nice puzzle. It's just that I don't have it anymore, and again, it's only 100 piece, so it's going very quick. And going to 200 for a minute, we have this one that's called the Smurf Garden from 1996. And we have this one that's called the Smurf School from 1984. And even though it is from 1984, 1985, 1984, it does have a regular Ravensburger number, but it has a duplicate number. So again, it has a 625 and it has a 12 number, which basically was exactly the transition that they wanted to do between the numbers. And as I told you, it is definitely related to the fact that there is a serial number here, but it's different than what you would expect. Smurfs has some 1,000 piece puzzles as well, but they are quite difficult, and I've not done that yet. I have one out of maybe 3. I'm not sure even how many there are. And yeah. Okay, one more that we have is called the Pharaoh's Treasure, Chippendale Disney 1991. Beautiful, cute, quick. Laura, of course. Sorry, I didn't say thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura. And then Winnie the Pooh from 2002. This one is called the Carnival. It's really nice. It's 200 pieces, so it's pretty quick. And I think that is absolutely delightful. And just to finish with stuff that I don't have anymore, so one, we have a 200 piece map of the world puzzle by H.W. Stiffel from 2020. It was cute. It was having some damaged pieces. I don't have it anymore. And final thing is Underwater Wonders by Demelza Houghton from 2021. I was super happy that I got this puzzle, but apparently it was missing a bunch of pieces, and some of them were broken as well. So I was really sad about that, but finally I did the 100 piece by Demelza, and I love Demelza and everything she does, so that's beautiful. And I'm gonna cheat a tiny bit and show you a puzzle I did in July because I'm gonna return it to Laura. So that's another Alex puzzle, and it's called Bodybuilding. And I didn't originally plan to get it because it's an old puzzle basically, but I really wanted to be able to do it. So when Laura offered me to do that, I really wanted to. So this one is from 1991, and the number is already the new type of number, but the puzzle has still the older box and the older font over here. So maybe I'll finish with that one, and then I will still claim that with all of those beautiful things, my most favorite puzzle is this one, Flipper by Charles Bell. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love all the Disneys. I can't even pick which one I love the most because they're all so amazing. And with that, I would say, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know which one you like the best. Let me know which one you don't like, really. And would you do a 100-piece puzzle or a 200-piece puzzle? Or what is your most favorite piece count? So if you stay, you'll see all of those puzzles done and ready. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.